Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, uh, a few of the ladies from Love and Marriage DC, they gave some interesting commentary on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Ashley Silva, who is wearing the white halter top baby doll dress, she actually called Love and Marriage Huntsville rural, a rural area. And I know that I don't live in Huntsville, but just from what I could see, I would have to disagree with that. But we're going to get into that. And they definitely had a lot to say about the Sunni and Moses situation. Now, before we get into these sound bites, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. You hear us content creators ask you this all the time. The reason why we do is because then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who love to discuss the various topics surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed for criticism. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this first sound bite. Again, it's coming from Ashley Silva. I know that some of you do not watch any other Carlos King produced shows, but Love and Marriage DC, it has wrapped up its third season. It was pretty much in, a calamity. The cast, they were not talking, they weren't getting along, and it was very obvious that Carlos King was using his podcast show in DC, Mother's Day weekend, to try and bring the ladies back together. And so I believe for the most part, he may have been successful with that. But let's go ahead and just focus on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So Carlos King asked the ladies to, if they felt any pressure because of the success of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And this is what Ashley Silva had to say.
What's going on? There's a lot going on in Huntsville. When it came to Huntsville, though, was there moments where you guys felt like Huntsville is a situation? Thank you. And I hope that we ain't got to compete with that. Was that something that circulated in the mind?
No, I had never watched Huntsville before. I had never watched it before we started the show. Shine a light on this one. Hey, Miss Wanda. Let me tell y'all this. I met Miss Wanda in Huntsville, actually, last summer.
Everybody welcome Miss Wanda. Hey, Miss Wanda. We got Miss Wanda in the building. Happy Mother's Day, Miss Wanda.
Happy Mother's Day. But no, I hadn't watched Huntsville. My mom actually when I was telling her about the show, she told me she had watched Huntsville and she told me to go watch it, and I did. I never felt like we needed to compete with them because I just felt like we were such a different demographic. They're more rural area. We're more, we're a city. I just thought that we were just a different dynamic. In our show, we weren't built-in friends. And I thought that was also something that was special about us as well. That we didn't have these 20 years, of friendship built in.
I felt that we had pressure because they the number one show on OWN. I was like, now how are we going to compete with this show? They got all the drama, all the mess. And then Monique left for season 2. I was like, oh, Lord, now what? So, yeah, Huntsville, I watch Huntsville faithfully. And I love your daughter.
Well, I never thought that way. Look, the only competition you have is yourself.
Okay, so Joy, who's also from the show Ready to Love, that's where she met her husband, Cliff. They joined Love and Marriage DC season 3. Joy is actually wearing the longer blonde wig. She normally wears faux locks, but she's wearing the blonde wig and she's wearing the orange jumpsuit. She's seated on the end. She was the one who just said, you know, she didn't feel any intimidation or felt any nerves about trying to meet up to LAMH's expectations, because she said that the only person that you are in competition with is yourself. And Arena, she spoke very humbly. She said, oh yeah, you know, they're the #1 show on OWN and they had so much going on. Ashley Silva, of course, she said she felt like the shows were very different. She used the word demographic. In my opinion, I think what she's trying to say is culturally, the cities are different. Huntsville, you would say, is more not just Southern, but it has, in terms of academia, there's Alabama A&M, and there's also the strong engineering foundation with NASA being there. And then, you know, Ashley Silva, she could have just said, you know, DC is obviously in the north. We've got Capitol Hill. Lots of African Americans work in different industries, including government, you know, but I just felt like it was just weird for her to say that Huntsville was rural. And then you also preface your statement with that you had not watched the show. So how could you really be familiar with whether or not Huntsville was more rural than city? You know, but in my opinion, I view Huntsville as another city. Just geographically, it's in the South. But I felt like probably the only valid comparison that she had was that on the Love and Marriage DC cast, none of them were friends prior. They did not know each other. They had no sort of history. And that's not always the majority of the case with reality TV. Even the very first season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Nene was like the nucleus. She had been friends with Sheree for some years. She said their kids even played together. She was friends with Kim Zolciak. I believe Sheree and Kim knew each other through Nene. So like everyone on that cast, season 1 kind of had the connection with Nene, but with Love and Marriage DC, this cast did not know each other. But you know, in my overall opinion of Ashley Silva, when I watch Love and Marriage DC, she gives like high school mean girl. Like, I think that's just her in general. And of course, I don't know her. That's just my opinion from watching her on the show. And, you know, she's been very vocal, just feeling like she's gotten a bad edit. If I had to summarize her IG lives, you know, and I don't think that she liked being like the villain, so to speak. But that was what she gave the editors to work with, in my opinion. So I say all that to say that it does not surprise me that she would give that opinion on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just how she moves overall on reality TV. Now, in my opinion, you know, she tries to really promote her book that was already written season 1. That's pretty much like her ongoing storyline. In my opinion, she should lean into, because it appears that Ashley Silva is like a stay-at-home wife and mom, which is fine. As a Black woman, you don't get to see a lot of Black women who are stay-at-home moms. So I say totally show that soft life, because I really think it's her kids and husband who have like the storylines. DJ Quick, he seems to be a very popular DJ, and he has various businesses that he owns. And it looks like on Instagram that their son, who is a teenager, is a DJ. And her daughter does competition dance, if you've ever watched Dance Moms on Lifetime. So I feel like the true storyline is Ashley is the stay-at-home mom, and her kids and her husband, they have lots of activities. And my whole thing is lean into that versus being the mean girl that you don't like being. But anyway, I want to now get into their opinions on the Sunni and Moses storyline. It is such an understatement to say that these 3 ladies from the LAMDC cast, they do not like the Sunni and Moses storyline. So let's just get right on into it.
How do you feel about what's going on in Huntsville now? We have a producer named Sunni, a former producer, right, who married. Oh, right, that's
Yo, I'm boo some. Let's boo that. But no, so for context, I don't think a lot of people understand what our producers' jobs are. So when they're saying this is Destiny's producer, we all have different producers assigned to us. These are the people who are with us the most. We talk to them every single day. We giving them all our business. So even if you aren't necessarily friends with them, you are developing a friendship where you are giving them your most intimate details of your life. And that to see not only so her effed up part and his effed up part, because I feel like a lot of people are giving Sunny the blame. Whatever her and Moses, I don't even like their names, Sunny and Moses. I don't.
What's wrong with the name?
I just don't like them. I just don't like it. But whatever's going on with them, like, it's unprofessional, as that being her job. But then on the show, I'm like, so she got to be unprofessional and then get rewarded as a cast member?
Let's talk about it.
Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Carlos.
I will agree with Ashley on that part. You telling me you get to be unprofessional and you get a confessional.
That was good. Okay. Okay. Is that a question that all of you guys had too?
That was totally effed up.
So let me explain to y'all what happened, okay? Okay, no, I'm gonna tell you. Y'all know me, right? I keep it real, right? So y'all know, because I ain't got to lie, Craig. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it a buck. So Sunny was a producer that worked last season and the season before that, right? Okay. So as all of my Huntsville watchers, as you know, Moses never came on the show. Right? So I'm gonna tell you the whole story, cause honey, it's me. So Sunny was a producer for last season and the season before, and she has other credits from shows she's done. So Ashley is right. When you are a producer, like I was Nene Leakes' producer, right? Okay? So Ashley is right in the sense of you are literally in their business. So every season you have like a 4 to 5 month hiatus on average, depending. Ashley, shut up. Depending. I said average.
The last time I checked out to do an average, 12 months plus. Divided by.
Not divided by. Carry the one. Okay, so when Sunny and Moses started dating, and I'm gonna tell y'all everything, and y'all get to get it exclusively, okay? Because I was gonna say it before the reunion, but this is a live reunion too. Okay, so when Sunny was dating Moses, she was not working on the show at all. She wasn't working on the show. When I found out they got married, because again, I found out on the blogs. I'm like, cause they said your producer married Destiny's man. I'm like, what producer married Destiny's man? Then I saw what was going on. So she wasn't, when she married Destiny's man, she wasn't on the show. Okay? Now, real talk, she did ask to get if she could come back to the show. And I said, well.
And what you say?
Sure, come on back.
So this is the thing.
Carlos!
I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna gag y'all some more. So Moses was never on the show. He was never featured on the show. He didn't hold a peach. He wasn't a cast member, right? And when they were doing their dalliances, whatever you call it, child, it was off season. Now, when she wanted to come back, obviously. No. Listen, I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm saying about me rewarding her. I never reward anybody. She couldn't come back to the show's producer. That was a no. You can't
come back as a producer. She can come back as a castmate.
She could come back as a friend to the show. But this is, but no, guys, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Messy part is not that now a producer is on the show. The messy part is that a producer is on the show now married to a castmate's ex.
Who has so much information, like so many tools in this, and then, I mean, so this is me not knowing what was taken out, but the level of betrayal. I know about betrayal. Thinking somebody is my friend, but ain't really my friend.
Ooh, don't y'all know about that? That's all this is.
I'm just saying. They got so much ammunition, so much information. Good Lord.
Sounds personal.
Yes. And it is. But that's how we understand and that's how we connect. And that's why we love the show. And that's why we watch the shows. Because we can connect. And we can be like, oh, hell no. That wasn't right.
Joy, you welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Thank
I
you.
spotted it a mile away.
You sure did. Thank you, friend.
So
And so did my other friends.
that you brought it up. Would y'all like to know?
Okay, so some things I wanted to point out. So the women of Love and Marriage DC, they felt like Sunni was rewarded for being low down and messy and marrying the man of someone whom she used to produce, she used to work with on the job. So Carlos, you could tell he didn't want to be called out as being messy and being okay with Bull. So then he, went around the bush and gave this long explanation about how when Sunni and Moses got married, Sunni was not working for the show. I believe I've heard her say it was like contractual, like when she was producing for Destiny for one season, I imagine season 5, it was just for that season. Destiny kind of likes to insinuate that Sunni was fired, but Sunni kind of talks like it was contractual. But Carlos said when Sunni and Moses got married, Sunni was no longer a co-worker of Destiny's. He wanted to point that out. And then he wanted to point out that Moses was never on the show. So he's trying to make light of the situation by saying, well, Moses was not on the show, was not like a cast member. And, according to Destiny, they had this quote unquote relationship. I personally think that Destiny and Moses for 15 years, whenever they felt lonely or bored, they would text each other. And whenever they felt HORNY, they would make arrangements to get together. That's what I think is the extent of it. That's my guess. That is my opinion from what I can see. And in the midst of those 15 years, he obviously developed serious feelings for someone else whom he married. And then Destiny got married. I don't know how serious she felt about LeBaric or if he was just like the rebound guy. I don't know. But I think that her and Moses were just kind of like a soft place for each other to land on whenever they felt lonely or bored. That's what I think. But back to the LAMDC women opinion on the storyline, they felt like she was being rewarded. So Carlos wanted to make it clear that he wasn't rewarding her for marrying Moses. And he actually was saying, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, because the audience, they kept wanting him to condemn what Sunni and Moses have done. And he was like, look, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that she wasn't working for the show when they got married. She did ask. Now, Carlos said in that soundbite that Sunni asked, could she come back to the show? And then he claims that she could not come back as a producer. So all of a sudden, there's almost like this ethical issue or conflict of interest for Sunni to be a producer, but it would be okay for her to come back as a cast member. You're not fooling anyone, Carlos. You always say on your Messy Monday show with Dr. Heavenly that you follow the reality. You would have done better using that term. But, he's like, but she couldn't come back as a producer. No. but it was okay for her to come back as a cast member. So these ladies all felt like that was jacked up. And Joy, who again is in the orange jumpsuit on the end, she felt like what's crazy is Sunni gets to come back on the show as a cast member, and she has so much information that she knows about Destiny because she was her producer. So it's a less than ideal situation versus you joining a reality TV show and you are authentically getting to know Destiny. You're joining the show as a cast member when you were once Destiny's producer, so you already know Destiny's hand. You know which card she's going to play and in which order before she even plays them because you used to produce her. So I just felt like that was a very interesting take on it. What did you all think about Ashley Silva's description of Huntsville and how it differs from DC? And what did you think about these ladies' opinions on the Sunni and Moses storyline? Thank you so much for watching this video. I always appreciate the support. Please hit the like button on this video because it is a free way of supporting the channel. I know that it's Tuesday, but it definitely felt like a Monday. So I'm just so glad that it's over. And I hope that we all have a wonderful Wednesday. Try your best to think positive thoughts, stand in the mirror, say your affirmations, and we will get through the day for sure. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.